In the US, where some of the world's leading money managers are warning the collapse of another American bank.
The newest data suggests the U.S. economy is slowing down.
Let's talk about the economy now. Our hopes for a year-end rally set to be dashed by bad data.
The last 3 years have been severely challenging for the American economy. According to a recent report by Lending Club, as of September, 62% of adults stated that they are currently living paycheck to paycheck. This percentage remains unchanged from last year and suggests that a significant portion of the population continues to face financial hardships, but the situation's not going much better. According to the University of Michigan's survey of consumers, inflation is expected to reach 4.4% in 2024. Furthermore, consumers anticipate an inflation rate of 3.2% for the next 5 to 10 years, the highest reading in more than a decade. So in this video, we'll talk about the most critical problems in the American economy and how everything's getting worse. But before moving to the subject, consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the notification bell so you never miss any uploads. Thank you. Now, let's get back to the topic. The elephant in the room here is inflation, which measures how much more expensive a set of goods and services has become over a certain period. As of June 2022, inflation has reached a 40-year high, with consumer prices surging by 9.1% compared to 2021. This increase was the most rapid since November 1981 and exceeded the expectations of economists. The surge in prices is evident across various sectors, with rent, new and used vehicles, car insurance, and medical care all experiencing a notable increase in June. According to a government report, this record-breaking inflation is a significant concern as it impacts the purchasing power of consumers and may have broader implications for the economy. Unsurprisingly, in September 2023, a survey revealed that 9% of the respondents identified the high cost of living and inflation as the most crucial problems faced by the United States. According to the recent Country Financial Security Index, a significant number of Americans have been struggling to manage their finances. At the beginning of 2023, 27% of Americans reported that they have had to withdraw money from their savings to make ends meet. Out of those who withdrew money from savings, a staggering 54% said they had to use it to cover their basic expenses such as groceries and rent. This highlights the financial burden that many Americans are facing as they are forced to tap into their savings to uncover their day-to-day needs. But the real problem is that despite declining, inflation is not going anywhere. Take a look at this chart. Since March of 2021, the rate of inflation has surpassed the 2% target set by the Federal Reserve. Although inflation reached its peak in June of 2022, it has steadily declined over the course of the following year. However, it's essential to note that all these inflation indicators have significantly increased since March 2021 and remain well above the annual 2% target. Over the year ended September 2023, the Consumer Price Index for all urban consumers increased by 3.7%. Food prices were 3.7% higher than a year ago. Unfortunately, experts say that even after inflation cools, Americans could still be paying the price. According to a recent Bankrate poll, inflation has impacted the emergency savings of almost 70% of adults, causing a decrease in the amount they save. Additionally, nearly half the respondents reported saving less or having no savings compared to the previous year. This inflationary trend is also affecting Americans' ability to save for their future. For half the workers who didn't increase their retirement contributions cited inflation as the main reason behind their decision. The second issue is gigantic layoffs. During the pandemic, many companies hired more people, especially in the tech sector, where the largest U.S. tech companies added vast number of jobs. However, the pandemic subsiding, many of these companies have laid off employees in large numbers. This is a major concern as the layoffs have reached unprecedented levels. According to the latest data from Layoffs FYI, a site that tracks layoffs since the start of the pandemic, tech companies have slashed more than 244,000 jobs in 2023 alone, which is a significant increase compared to the 80,000 jobs cut in March to December 2020 and 15,000 jobs cut in 2021. This chart accurately shows what's happening in the tech sector. As of September 2023, the tech startup with the most layoffs was Amazon, with over 27,000 layoffs as of September 2023 across 5 separate rounds of layoffs. It was followed by Meta and Google with around 21,000 and 12,000 job cuts announced, respectively. Now, as for the general situation in the job market, according to the latest report from the Labor Department, job openings in the U.S. have reached their lowest point in almost 2.5 years. The data also shows a decline in the number of people quitting their jobs, which is an indication that the labor market is gradually slowing down. This development has increased expectations that the Federal Reserve will keep the interest rates unchanged next month. Moreover, the drop in the number of people quitting their jobs suggests that Americans are losing confidence in the labor market. The United States employment sector experienced a deceleration in job growth throughout October, mainly due to the strikes initiated by the United Auto Workers (UAW) union against the Big Three car manufacturers in Detroit. The manufacturing payrolls were affected, and the annual wage increment was the smallest in nearly 2.5 years, indicating a reduction in labor market conditions. The unemployment rate, according to the Labor Department's recent employment report, rose to 3.9% last month, highest level since January 2022, compared to the September figure of 3.8%. According to the latest data, there are 9.6 million job openings in the United States. At the same time, the number of unemployed workers stands at 6.44 million. This indicates a significant gap between the available jobs and the available workforce to fill them. Even if every unemployed person in the country were to find a job, there would still be approximately 3 million job openings that would remain unfilled. The last problem that you need to know about is debt. As per the latest quarterly report on the household debt and credit by the New York Fed, the total household debt in the United States has surged by $228 billion in the third quarter of 2023. This has led to an all-time high of $17.3 trillion in nominal terms. The increase in debt is mainly attributed to the rise in mortgage, credit card, and student loan balances. Credit card debt has shown the highest growth rate at nearly 5% as compared to the previous quarter and a whopping 16.6% year over year. As consumer debt increases, it's evident that many households are facing financial burdens. Consumer debt serves as a release valve for individuals who are struggling with high expenses, low incomes, or both simultaneously. The recent surge in debt can be attributed to the rise in cost of living, despite the labor market producing numerous job opportunities and significant wage growth, particularly for those employed in lower-paying jobs. This indicates that people are still grappling with the effects of high prices, which is a cause for concern. Did you know that the total mortgage debt of households and nonprofit organizations in the U.S. reached a staggering $12.6 trillion in the first quarter of 2023? That's a massive increase from less than $10 billion in 2014. And with the recent housing market boom, the growth rate has only accelerated, making it a hot topic among homeowners and potential buyers alike. It's clear that the American dream of home ownership is alive and well, but at what cost? Different types of debt affect every generation. The latest data from Credit Karma reveals that Gen Z is accumulating higher credit card debt than the previous generations, with Gen X having the highest average credit card debt. In the second quarter of 2023, people born between 1997 and 2012 had an average credit card balance of over $3,300, which is 4.23% more than their average balance of $3.1 thousand the first quarter of the same year based on the same data. At the end of the day, Americans end up being indebted forever. If you're thinking about purchasing a new house or car, it might be better to hold off for a while. However, if waiting is not an option, you will have to either make a large monthly payment or extend the loan term to keep the monthly payment low, a trend that many people tend to follow. According to Edmunds, the percentage of new car loans lasting 73 to 84 months rose from 28.6% to 34.4% of the market in 2022. Some borrowers are even extending beyond 85 months. Ira Reingold, the executive director of the National Association of Consumer Advocates, stated that this trend reflects the challenges we face in terms of affordability. Whether it's housing or transportation costs, dealerships and lenders offer longer loan terms to help people afford homes and cars. But with prices on the rise, homes and cars are becoming more of a dream than a reality for millions of families. Thank you for watching. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video and let us know which economic problem in America is the most important right now.